Everybody watches accesstv.org.
This is the Charter Oak Community Center here in Hartford, home of many cultural events. A long time ago, this edifice standing behind me started out as a synagogue for, I believe, the Russian population here in Hartford. Now, right here at the axis of the Latino and African American community, it is the basis for many cultural events. This evening, we're interviewing casts from A Raisin in the Sun by Lorraine Hansberry.
And what it's done to him. What do you think is the time to love somebody called his love?
Tell us a little bit about why this play, written in the 1950s, is still relevant to the African American experience today.
Well, for many reasons. Just family relationships, the importance of a father in the home, also learning how to work through problems and not giving up on each other when things, come up, and people learning to value themselves more and to learn how to, I guess, not take things out on your family, but find ways to work things out, and then learning who to trust and who not to trust. And I mean, it's just life. It's still life. We still have, some forms of racism going on. We still have troubles in the family. I mean, things are better than they were back then, but some of this stuff is still going on.
I'm Warren Hawk, and I play the part of Walter Lee in MaPeach Productions' version of A Raisin in the Sun. And it's still relevant today because our people are still fighting. Things are obviously a lot better because we do have a black president, but there are things that are still that need to be changed. And it's always a fight and a struggle to keep on being more in life and to keep on getting ahead as a minority in life. Things are always getting better, but there are still so many things that if you've ever watched the play that are still relevant today. To say one thing, I would say just still being a minority and still being judged and looked at differently and looked at as a full man, a whole man, not just a black man.
My name is Darlene Brandon. Everybody calls me Peaches. I am Peaches of MaPeach Productions. It is a production company that is rooted in Hartford, and we are so proud to be able to bring African American theater to Connecticut. I do want to say that the play is still relevant because we are still struggling. It's still a struggle every single day to find your peace and to find your place in this world. So, us wanting more and always wanting to strive for more, and there's always roadblocks and there's always decisions that we need to make. And we have to realize that the decisions that we make affect everybody around us and they affect our path and our future. So we have to be wise about the things that we're doing, but we're still struggling. And that's relevant in this play that was written way back then, and it's relevant today.
This is Angel Fall for accesstv.org. I'm here with Bamicia Ward. I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And she just performed the role of Ruth Younger in Lorraine Hansberry's A Raisin in the Sun here at the Charter Oak in Hartford. So what I want to ask you, Lorraine Hansberry wrote the play in the 1950s. It debuted in 1959. How is this play culturally and socially relevant to African American people today?
I think it's very relevant as far as our economy and how, the African American families, some African American families are still struggling. The woman being the head of the household in a lot of African American families, that's the case. And you have a lot of strong women that are there urging and insisting that our men take their place in our families. So I definitely see this is being relevant today, because we're still having some of those same issues.
We certainly are, and certainly integrating neighborhoods is still an
Yes.
issue,
Yes.
as it was in the play. Now I'm going to ask you a question about your character development. I can see from interviewing you, you're much younger than the role that you play. How did you relate to this woman, and how did you relate to this woman within the social historic context of the 1950s?
Well, I knew that that was going to be an issue with me looking a lot younger than the role. But I just try to make it as truthful as possible. Some women married a lot of older men, and I think that with that being said, I wanted to come in as a young wife, but having life weather me and cause me to learn very, very quickly. So I tried to use that strength from my past experiences in helping not only my husband, but the family around me.
Certainly.
So it meant putting my own dreams aside for my husband.
You teach him how Willie Harris taught you. You show him where our 5 generations done come to. Go ahead, son. Tell him. Teach him.
The husband and wife relationship. It's just so much that people can look at and then talk about and work through, and and maybe it helps people with their lives and see the strength of God. How the mother had all that faith in God that kept her from actually totally, breaking down and
breaking
losing.
it down.
Yes.
Breaking down. Well,
These are local actors and actresses. This is our neighborhood right here on the stage. We are celebrating us tonight. So I want to thank you all for coming out and celebrating with us and having a good time with us. We worked really, really hard putting this together, and we can't do it without you.
This week there is a play going on. It's called A Raisin in the Sun, of course written by Lorraine Hansberry, and the producer is MaPeach Productions. I hope I'm saying that correctly, MaPeach Productions. We just interviewed a stellar cast, and we encourage you to support local community theater here in Hartford. I'm Angel Fall for AccessTV.org.